All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. First of all, we're in Thanksgiving week here, so I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel as we miraculously approach 25,000 subscribers. I'm on my way to being PewDiePie. It's only going to take me another 1,000 years, but I do appreciate all of the support here on the channel and via Patreon, PayPal. It's been pretty cool doing this for the last 3 years, and I just want to thank everybody. Steve Perry, what's he up to? Well, I do believe Christmas music is on the way, as I've said, as he said. Maybe today. I'm thinking this week would be a good week if Steve is going to drop some more Christmas cheer on us, and I think he will. But my big question is for 2020. I believe that Steve is sitting on a mountain of music that he's been creating over the years. I believe he's been busy over the last year, and that's why you haven't heard from him all that much as far as interviews. Last year he did the Traces interview blitz, and I was even saying at the time that we might be seeing a little too much of Steve. But as quickly as he became to the saturation point, he again left and left us all wondering, is he going to be secluded again? I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to be active. And the other question that comes up for 2020, and it comes up all the time, will Steve Perry go out there and sing live? I've kind of maintained that I don't think Steve wants that anymore in his life. But you never know with Steve Perry. It's one of those, if you try to guess what Steve is up to, you're probably going to be wrong about it. There may be, the perfect venue for Steve Perry where he does a couple of shows. Maybe he does a one-off concert event where he performs his songs in a very sort of laid-back, almost like a Tony Bennett kind of thing. That's the way I would see it. Although people are saying he's got to perform Journey songs, and he's said in interviews that he would be performing Journey songs. But I would imagine a band like the band he had in the original videos he did for Traces. I don't know if those players would be the ones actually in his band, but my guess is there'd be a lot of competition as to who would want to be in that group, and you would probably recruit some really well-known musicians who would want to be a part of this. I think Steve is self-financing. I think the royalties alone from Don't Stop Believin' are probably, fairly sustainable on their own. In other words, you probably don't need much more revenue coming in, but obviously Journey's Greatest Hits continues to sell like crazy. And Steve Perry, I know he's got a cut of everything that the band Journey does. Now, I know that cut supposedly goes down each year, but he still gets a piece of the action. That's how the whole thing was negotiated back in '98 when he left. So that's a pretty cool thing. The harder those guys work, the bigger the tour they have, the bigger chunk of money Steve Perry gets. So Journey's new vocalist, who will be helping out with the band, won't be taking over on lead vocals. That's good news for Steve Perry because it makes Journey a more solid concert act. They've got the Pretenders, and they've got the backing of Irving Azoff and the Live Nation machine. But for 2020, it looks like it might be a fun year for Steve Perry fans as more music drops. I imagine he probably got the video bug a little bit when he made We're Still Here in the Chevelle driving around. It wouldn't be surprising to see Steve Perry do another real MTV-style full-length video like that. The fans seem to enjoy it, and I think it helps the songs get on at least adult contemporary radio for a little while. Radio airplay obviously has been almost non-existent for Steve in his new material. But who knows? The new stuff that he's working on might actually change that. And for his fans, it doesn't really matter whether he's on the radio or not anyway. They're just going to go out and purchase and listen. So there you have it, a little preview of what might happen in 2020. I think Steve is out there, and I think he's ready to show us some more of his stuff that he's been working on, and I'll be looking forward to listening to more new Steve Perry music, and probably buying another hard copy CD of it, just to be supportive. And again, I got my Steve Perry t-shirt on the way, so I'll be wearing that in upcoming videos. Alright folks, done with this one. Be back soon. Thanks for watching. If you don't watch any more videos before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving. See you then. Or see you soon.